One of the most difficult topics is to compare African countries economically. There are so many things at play. Their former colonial master is a factor, their majority religion group is also another factor, and their geographical location on the continent is also another factor. Economic comparison can fairly be done geographically. This is because neighbors trade between each other and they also compete. Without much ado, today's video is about West Africa. Located on the West Africa's Atlantic coast, Guinea-Bissau, not to be confused with Equatorial Guinea, is endowed with minerals with a quarter of the world's proven bauxite deposits and significant iron and gold deposits. Their main exports include cashew nuts, frozen fish, and timber. GDP grew by an estimated 5% in 2019. Economic performance remains highly dependent on volumes and prices of cashew nuts. The country scores low on HDI. It has a smaller per capita and low internet use. Life expectancy in Guinea-Bissau is at 59 years. And our number 9, we have the Gambia. The Gambia is a small West African country bounded by Senegal with a narrow Atlantic coastline. It's known for its diverse ecosystem around the central Gambia River. The country relies primarily on tourism, agriculture, and diaspora remittances. The Gambia scores low on Human Development Index. Literacy rate is at 60% and life expectancy is at 60 years. Our number 8, we have Togo, another West African country that is struggling economically. With a population of 7.8 million people, Togo relies heavily on mining. Togo has the second largest bauxite reserve and aluminium. The country also has gold and diamond, but despite its mineral wealth, its citizen is among the world's poorest. Togo's infrastructure is average by African standards. Literacy rate is at 63%, one of the best in Africa. Togo has one of the best Human Development Index and a higher life expectancy in West Africa. And our number 7, we have Benin. This French-speaking country has a life expectancy of just 60 years. The country is well known for cotton production and export, and it is a leader in textile industry in Africa. Benin's economy grew at 6.7% in 2019 thanks to government investment in infrastructure projects like the Glojaibe Airport, making it one of the fastest growing economies on the continent. Literacy rate in Benin is one of the lowest in Africa at 42%. And our number 6, we have Mauritania. The economy of Mauritania is still largely based on agriculture and livestock, even though most of the nomads and many subsistence farmers were forced into the cities due to consistent droughts. Mauritania has a low Human Development Index and life expectancy is at 64 years. Literacy rate is at 54%. Mauritania seems to have better infrastructure than its neighbors. The country is also fairly stable compared to its neighbors. And our number 5, we have Senegal. Senegal gained its independence in 1960. At that time, it was one of the poorest countries in the world. Yet, it quickly became an example of development success in Africa. Predominantly rural and with limited natural resources, the economy of Senegal gained most of its foreign exchange from fish, phosphates, groundnuts, tourism, and services. Life expectancy in Senegal is at 67 years and their per capita income is at $1,510. Senegal has one of the best road infrastructure in West Africa. This has played a big role in its tourism sector. Airports, roads, and electric train are some of the key infrastructure in Senegal. Our number 4 is Ivory Coast. After gaining its independence in 1960, Côte d'Ivoire has managed to greatly improve and stabilize its economy, averaging 5% growth in the last decade. Ivory Coast's economy is mostly agricultural, and from cocoa to coffee, pineapples to rubber, Ivory Coast tops its neighbors. Ivory Coast has one of the highest per capita income in West Africa at $1,722. Life expectancy is at 54 years and literacy rate at 43%, making it one of the lowest in West Africa. Ivory Coast has one of the best road infrastructure in West Africa. Between 2018 and 2019, the government invested $7 billion in road construction. Our number 3, we have the famous nation of Ghana. After gaining its independence in 1957, Ghana has worked to grow its economy from being one of the poorest in Africa to being among the fastest growing economy on the continent. The country is working to enhance its high value added industry by leading in manufacturing in West Africa, and this has brought about a strong recovery on their local market. Ghana has one of the best life expectancy in West Africa and the second highest Human Development Index. Ghana has the highest literacy rate in West Africa at 79%. It also seems to enjoy fairly good road infrastructure as compared to its neighbors. Ghana could easily be the most developed country in West Africa. And our number 2, we have Nigeria. The economy of Nigeria is a middle income, mixed economy and emerging market with expanding manufacturing, financial service, communication, technology and entertainment sectors. Nigeria has some of the most advanced cities in West Africa and greater infrastructure projects thanks to their massive oil deposits. If you were to ignore human development indicator, Nigeria would easily be the most developed country in West Africa. Their GDP is the largest not only in West Africa but the whole continent. Their per capita of $2,233 is one of the highest in West Africa. But looking at their HDI index, one begins to see why they can't be the most developed. Nigeria's life expectancy is the lowest in West Africa at just 55 years, and their literacy rate is 62%. And finally, our number 1 is a country most West Africans don't even know where it is located on a map. Cape Verde, also known as Cabo Verde, is an island country spanning an archipelago of 10 volcanic islands. Most people would argue that it's not part of West Africa, even though it's a member of ECOWAS. The economy of Cape Verde is a service-oriented economy that is focused on commerce, trade, transport, and public services. With West Africa's highest per capita income of $3,690, Cape Verde annually runs a high trade deficit, financed by foreign aid and remittances from its diaspora population. The country has some of the best road infrastructure in West Africa, better schools, hospitals, and other public facilities. Life expectancy in Cape Verde is at 73 years, and their literacy rate is 87%, making it the most educated country in West Africa. If you have subscribed to my channel, awesome. If you haven't, awesome.